Okay, so now we're going to visit our Southeast Ohio Woods webpage. Some of the things that are new and upcoming is we just posted our brochure virtually. Unfortunately, we can't use the current print shops that we've always done, and we don't have ways to distribute those. So we've posted the Day in the Woods brochures virtually, and that should be the first thing you see when you go to Southeast Ohio Woods. And if you go and click, it'll actually pull up a detailed brochure with all the information that you're looking for on the second page here. So as we get into May and June, we've had to transition a little bit due to the COVID virus. We are not allowed to do in-person programming until July 6th currently, and that could change, but hopefully by our July program, we'll be back to a normal schedule. But in May, we're actually going to do our first Day in the Woods program this year virtually, and we're going to call it Keeping Yourself and Your Woodlands Healthy. So we've got 4 one-hour video slots that we're going to have webinars, and more details will be available as we get closer to the date. We're going to start out with spring migrating birds with Matt Schumer from OSU and Laura Kearns from Division of Wildlife. Just give you a pointer on some of the songbirds that might be migrating through, where you might find them, and what to look for. Then Gerald Bardick from the Forest Service and NRCS is going to talk about some of the health benefits of getting out in the woods. And there's nothing more important right now than to just get out in the woods and just absorb and spend some time out there to just decompress and de-stress and get some fresh air. So Gerald's going to talk about some of those health benefits at 11. At 1 p.m., we're going to have part 1 of our series, Keeping the Woods Healthy. And we don't have all the details worked out, but we're looking at having 3 or 4 things that you can do in the woods, little 15-minute snippets on some advice on, for instance, how to go out and walk your boundary and what to look for, or maybe go check your trails out and see if you've had any damage or erosion over the winter, and some of the other things you might go out and scout for and look for, like some of the invasive plants. So stay tuned, more details to come on that one. And then in June, we're going to do Tree ID virtually. So we'll bring in some guest speakers to help with that. And we've twisted that a little bit, and we'll maybe focus more on the websites and things that you can do to assist, and probably pull in some short videos and photography to help with that. And then hopefully the rest of the Day in the Woods program will be back to normal when we get to that point. So the brochure is downloadable. You click on this link. There's a flyer for our Family Day in the Woods program that's going to take place in September that is intended to be printed and inserted into the brochure. Jamie, you want to mention anything about the Family Day while we're there?
Sure, yeah, just anybody you may be pretty familiar with the Day in the Woods, but Family Day is a little bit of a newer addition, so this will be the third time that we're offering our Family Day. That one is actually a free event, so and you don't have to have kids to come to Family Day, so from all ages will benefit. We end up usually with quite a few partners who show up for that one. Lots of really interactive stuff for the whole family to do, and it's just a great reason to get out into the woods and get some education about what's happening out there. And we hope that we see some of you all at that event in September.
The next post that's on the site, and this site's pretty user friendly. You can actually go to search, and if you type in, say, ticks here, if you wanted to find the tick videos or Day in the Woods or brochure, it's pretty searchable. The other thing I want to mention is that you can actually follow the site, and I'm trying to find that link on here, but you can actually subscribe right here. Click on that, and anytime we update that site, you'll receive an email, so you'll know what's going on. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is back on April 6th, Monday, we did a series of videos as part of OSU Extension's Ag and Natural Resources Madness. My new boss, Sam Custard, is a big fan of March Madness, and I'm frankly having some withdrawal symptoms, not being able to watch any basketball right now. So Sam's idea was to have a series of programs daily, 9, noon, and 3 p.m. on different topics. And Monday was our forestry bracket. So we did these 3 topics. They were 45-minute long to an hour sessions with PowerPoint presentations. We did one on thinking about selling timber. We're we also did one on the future of oak is in our hands, and then Jamie wrapped up with Ohio Family Forest, just talking about some of the things that the characteristics of family forest and reasons people own and manage their forest land. So again, if you go to the blog site, the second post down from a couple days ago is our links to those videos. And then finally, I'll let Jamie take over from this point about an event that they've got coming up for the Women Owning Woodlands program.
Sure, thanks, Dave. Well, and I'll give a quick plug for just Women Owning Woodlands in general. If you haven't heard about it, we have some programming that's really targeted towards women landowners, and it's really, it includes enthusiasts, also women professionals. Everybody's welcome, so men can certainly come to our programming. It's just that we really focus the kind of marketing and messaging towards women. So anyway, we've been doing programs for a little, right around a year at this point in Ohio, and of course we're having to move to the webinar approach as well. But we have one coming up this month, actually on Earth Day, and it's tree care and planting tips, and it's coming from Ann Bonner, who works for the ODNR Division of Forestry, and she is actually an urban forester. But these tips are going to be for anybody, whether it's backyard version or your woods version. So I think what's neat about it is it really relates, if you have trees in your community, it really relates to everybody. So we'll be talking about some of that. And there is a link. It'd be best if you're interested, just shoot me an email that's on the blog site, and we'll get you the information for how to join. And then stay tuned for more Women Owning Woodlands programming this summer. Also, just a quick plug, we have the Southeast Ohio chapter. There is actually now a Northeast Ohio chapter. So let me know, and I can try to connect you with the person that's running that if that's of interest. So that's Women Owning Woodlands.
Sorry about that, Jamie. There's a link here to the brochure for that as well.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
And it seems like there was one other activity I wanted to talk about. No, that should be plenty. If you'll just go to the site, spend a little time there. We try to post updates pretty regularly there. We don't like to overwhelm people, but once a week or so, we'll post different activities here. So again, visit Southeast Ohio Woods. It's u.osu.edu/Southeast Ohio Woods. And with that, I'm going to switch my screen share to one last slide just to give you our my contact information. I apologize. I thought I had Jamie's on here too. But if you need to get a hold of either me or Jamie, we've got that available for you as well.
And if you go to Dave's blog site, some of that's on there too, if you can't find one of us. But
so don't hesitate. We're working. We do work for OSU Extension. We're working regularly. And we can be reached by email or by phone. Don't hesitate to call. We're on Zoom a lot, so we may not be able to pick up right away, but we'll certainly do our best to get back with you and keep in touch. Enjoy your time out there in the woods. It's a great time. We don't have the commute time that we have normally, so should have some opportunities to go out and spend a little bit more time in the woods.